going to go over number 22 first. Now, as you can see, number 22 and 23, they are paired questions. So you want to do them together, hand in hand. Let's look at the question. It says, based on the passage, textbook authors in the early 1990s would most likely have expected which condition to result from the blocking of fast fibers? Now, the question is giving us very specific clues as to where to look in the passage. As you guys already know, we have to look at the passage for evidence because SAT reading is all evidence-based reading. So we're going to go to the passage, and what are you guys going to look for? I hope you're saying, oh, something related to 1990s, right? So 1990s and textbook authors, all these are keywords to help us identify where we should be looking at. So textbook authors, 1990s, what were they expecting? These are the three keywords. Let's go to the very beginning of the passage. It says in the early 1990s. Here's our keyword. Textbooks, there's another keyword. So quickly look at what they were expecting. Acknowledge that humans had slow conducting nerves, but asserted that those nerves only responded to two types of stimuli, pain and temperature. Sensations of pressure and vibration were believed to travel only along myelinated fast signaling nerve fibers, which also give information about location. So here's our third keyword, believed to. What is this synonymous to? Now, SAT loves to give questions by using synonyms of the text that came out. So expected, it's synonymous to this. Expected. They believed. Right? So this is where we want to look. Let's highlight. That's line 4 to 7. Now, if you looked here first, you could either go, either way. Some people, they're more comfortable with looking at number 22 and then looking for the specific line with the keywords that are given in the question. And some people, they're more comfortable with looking at the choices that are given and then looking for the keyword in those specific spots. I sometimes do that too. You could go either way. Both are okay. So all we have to do now that we found our line 4 to 7, we just have to rephrase that specific sentence and find exactly what it's saying. Again, let's understand. The pressure and vibration, those two sensations, were believed to travel only along the fast fibers, which also give information about location. So, what would they expect from blocking the fast fibers? Okay, what was delivered through the fast fibers again? Sensations of pressure and vibration. But if you block out the fast signaling nerve fibers, what would we not be able to feel? Pressure and vibration, right? So that's what you're going to look for. What's going to result from blocking them? The rate at which other nerve fibers fired would increase. No, I don't think we're talking about the rate. The test subject would perceive gentle stimuli as painful. No, they're not going to feel anything. So D would be the answer, right? The ability to perceive and 감지해, like to understand and feel the vibration, would be impaired. Impaired means to be harmed or injured. Not working. Yeah, we won't be able to perceive the vibration and the pressure anymore because we've blocked that fast fiber. So yeah, all you want to do is use the keywords that are given in the question to look for the specific part. And then with that specific section of the passage, you want to reiterate and rephrase that to come to your answer that the question is asking for. Let's do the same thing for number 26, shall we? Which conclusion is best supported by the findings of Lawson's 1993 experiment? What are the keywords that you should be looking for? Well, I would say 1993 experiment and then findings. What are findings? Basically conclusions. What kind of conclusion did they reach after they did their 1993 experiment? And we have these choices. This is also a paired question where we have to look for the evidence in the passage as well. One tip that I would like to give you is that the SAT, they always like to go in the order of the passage. I would say 95% of the time they go in the order of the passage. So what I mean by that is that if the previous question asked you a question in line 24, then they would probably not go before line 24 to give the next question. So I'm just going to assume when you do this, to increase your chance or to save your time, I would not look at this. I would just look from line B, C, and D because that's the next area in the passage. So let's look for our keyword again, 1993 experiment. Where is that? Right here. I've already kind of found it here. 1993, they corralled 28 young volunteers, meaning they gathered these volunteers and recorded nerve signals while gently brushing their subject arms with their fingertips. What are they doing? They are doing their experiment right now, right? Experimenting. So this is around the ballpark of where we want to look for our answer. But notice 37 to 38, that's the next paragraph. This is 1999. We don't want to be looking for our answer there. So I've just crossed it out. So we know we've already narrowed it down to these two, B or C. So quickly look at which of these two options are talking about the findings and the conclusion of the 1993 experiment. Let's look at line 26 to 28, shall we? 6, they showed that. They showed that. What is that? What is that synonymous to? It's the same thing as the conclusion was. They showed. The result was that, right? So this is a very good candidate for our answer. They showed that soft stroking prompted two different signals. One was an immediate signal and the other one was a delayed signal. Okay, if this is our answer, let's look at line 28 to 30. Does that talk about a conclusion? The delay, Lawson explains, means that the signal from a gentle touch will reach the brain a half second later. Maybe, but which one does the previous question address? Okay, did it ever talk about the two places that we just read? Did it ever talk about stimulation can be sensed as rapidly as stimulation closer to the brain? Did we compare the speed and say, hey, stimulation at bodily extremities, like 되게 극한의 body extremes can be sensed as fast as stimulation closer to the brain? Did it ever talk about the brain? No, so we can just easily cross that out. How about B? The presence of hairs in human skin lessens the speed. Did it talk about human hairs just now? No. C, gentle pressure is sensed not only by fast fibers, but also by slow fibers. Gentle pressure is sensed by two fibers, fast and slow. That should ring a bell, and that should make you think, wait, there were two different signals. One was immediate and the other one was delayed. Two different signals. Again, not only by fast fibers, one, but also by slow fibers, two. Right? So this is our answer. This is how you go about the SAT problems. Now, did it ever talk about how the speed in which the nerve fires at is dependent on the strength of the pressure? I don't think we talked about the relationship between speed and pressure. And so that can't be our answer either.